So where are we off to today?
We're going to the cathedral today to look at history, culture, and a few shops on the way.
Yeah. And it should be quite an interesting place too, because it's an old mosque that was once stood there, and it's a Gothic mosque. They built it to be one of the biggest cathedrals in the world. It's the third biggest in the world, I believe.
I thought it was the first.
Checked it up on Wikipedia.
Oh.
Third.
You know it, all you.
Okay, let's go then.
Let's go. The lion mark.
Yeah.
And they always have mysterious animals, don't they?
They're all coats of arms, aren't they? That's all heraldry. Sort of Gothic style gates Gothic, there. It's all completely under construction again, I see.
Actually, that's new flats
new flats being built all the time.
That's social housing being built. The church is so good.
They decided to. They got an external staircase there.
And I can see right in that window up there, someone's watching The Simpsons. Beautiful.
It's fantastic. It's obviously been completely restored, isn't it? As you can see by how clean the stonework is. Yeah, fantastic.
You've got your own spa behind.
Okay, Joe, this is what it's all about. So it's the Cathedral of St Mary of the Sea. It's better known as Seville Cathedral. I know this because I'm looking at it from Wikipedia here. It's Roman Catholic. It was registered in 1987 by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. See refers to the Episcopal See, the bishop's ecclesiastical jurisdiction. So after its completion in the early 16th century, Seville Cathedral supplanted Hagia Sophia as the largest cathedral in the world, a title the Byzantine Church has held for nearly 1,000 years. The total area occupied by the building is 23,000 square feet. A bit dry this, isn't it? It's the site of the baptism of the infant Juan of Aragon in 1478, the only son of the Catholic monarchs Ferdinand II of Aragon, Isabella of Castile. We saw the telly about that, didn't we? This royal chapel holds the remains of the city's conqueror Ferdinand III of Castile, his son Alfonso the Wise, and their descendant King Peter the Cruel. God.
The yin and yang, eh?
Yeah, the funerary monuments of the cathedral, Juan de Cervantes and Pedro González de Mendoza, are located in this chapels. Christopher Columbus and his son Diego are also buried in the cathedral. So that's the main facts. Okay, that's not quite interesting.
It needs a bit of dusting by the wood and the crevices, and it's quite beautiful.
That looks like an organ.
Oh, it's obvious, and it's got the pipes. Come around the corner. I said it needed a bit of dusting. God heard me. Look.
I suppose so. Oh yeah, they are hoovering.
See, you heard me.
Spiritual hoovering. So that must be the god of hoovering behind us then.
Yes. And what's even better, a man's hoovering.
Yeah, God. Maybe it's an example of heaven and hell.
Or maybe it's an example of a man at his very best.
Yeah, it's a P55.
You notice how all the women are taking photos of the man hoovering?
So this is Columbus.
Yes.
Oh, that's why there's so many here.
They removed
Americans.
his remains.
His body's not here. What happens? Do you know?
His remains.
Oh, his remains are in there. Okay.
They moved it from somewhere else, didn't they?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think we did see something about it somewhere, didn't we? So you're right in that it's the biggest Gothic cathedral in the world. It's the third biggest just to be pedantic.
He just wants to get
it's
one over
the third
me, 'cause
biggest cathedral in the
I'm
world.
better at him with the history.
You can tell we're in a church because we've got our hats on.
That's got nothing to do with it not going to a wedding. It's a beautiful church.
It's quite amazing. When you take photographs of it like this and you put it on video, you can't really capture the grandeur of it, can you really? Because it's just so huge. I mean, these ceilings are absolutely enormous. Don't you think?
Yeah.
So we've got some facts. Columbus.
Yeah.
Columbus was Spanish. You're thinking of the Saltwater Rally, what you were
I
talking
just
about.
mentioned Saltwater, so stop pinching that.
Columbus discovered America, didn't he? He sailed to America. He sailed from Portugal. I think
Didn't
he
they
was
think
Spanish.
the world was flat and the ships
Yeah,
would go?
more or less. He wanted to discover a route to India. So he thought he came to India via the. He actually, I think he let. I'm not sure actually.
No, you don't. No.
I'm not sure. I think he first discovered Bermuda and all those sort of islands around the Caribbean, didn't he? First, I'm not sure. We don't really study Columbus, do we? Really?
No, you don't.
I mean, at school. I mean, Americans obviously study
Is there-
Columbus because he found
Is
America.
there internet?
Vikings found America, really, didn't they? But Columbus next. But you can't really, the scale of this place is amazing, really, isn't it? Fantastic.
Well, what's amazing, it stood here through the war and everything.
Yeah, I don't think Seville was bombed. It survived the Spanish Civil War, which damaged a lot of cathedrals, didn't it?
That's
It
really
survived the modern days of atheism too. You could convert it all into flats quite easy. You get a hell of a lot of flats in here when you fill this space.
No wonder you don't have luck in life.
It might make a hell of a cost of coffee.
You're in God's house, disrespectful.
Sorry. But it is a really lovely building, actually. I mean, look at the workmanship on some of that stuff there. The gold and things they've done. Solid gold wall.
It says on a plaque on the wall, if you really appreciate the workmanship, they'll give you a duster to get with it, and you'll be blessed.
So you see a
There's your
huge building
duster around the corner.
You see a huge building that needs dusting and hoovering. How do I keep this place tidy?
Look, it's true. He's
Yeah, I
over
know.
there.
How would you keep this place tidy?
You've got to.
Yeah. It's a bit like sitting in the one we went to in Barcelona,
I'm
the Santa
surprised
de
they
Familia.
haven't told women to cover themselves up.
It's just packing the tourists, isn't it? I mean, look at the queues coming into this place. And you all pay, and then I suppose it keeps the upkeep, doesn't it?
It's
Keeps
worth
it
it.
going. I mean, how would you keep a building like this in control?
I suppose you would like a coffin like that 4 nights, looking after it for the world to know that your name goes on and on.
Chuck me in a black polythene bag, I won't be here.
Can you put that in writing, please, Craig? Funny, isn't it? How relics like that and bones, people keep it.
Yeah, well, holy relics all around the world. They do holy relics. Actually, I wonder if there's any holy relics here. So all these big cathedrals usually have something like that.
Oh, that's
There was
it,
a
isn't
huge
it?
trade in it in the past. There might be. We'll look it up.
Your slow's out for you.
These all look useful things, Jane. What the hell is that then? Plague? Good gift shop. Everything you could possibly need. Stocking fillers. Sorry. Right, we're at the Alcázar, the old palace of Seville, and we've just been through the Queen Isabella II's chambers, where she didn't give us a personal invite there, but we could have done. So we've been through the royal palace, got a special tour of that, and now we're going to have a look round the gardens of the palace itself. Yeah, looking forward to it?
Static.
Well, I am, because this is the highlight of Seville. Only just made it, actually. We made it with the skin of our teeth to get here on time today.
It's all booked ahead for us.
Yeah, it was booked ahead for us by the tour operator. But we just made it.
Kirker.
yeah. So anyway, it's good. So we're a bit tired, a bit bleary-eyed, but yeah, it should be very interesting. What we've seen already looks absolutely fascinating. But of course, we stop at first to have a nice little cup of coffee.
And
before
the
we go
nice
there.
barack chandeliers.
Yeah, I mean, that interiors were amazing. We weren't allowed to take any photographs in there, of course, unfortunately.
security.
But it was nice, yeah.
And there's a personal suite of Queen Sophia where she stays.
Okay, I missed that bit. Yeah, I only remember the Isabella bits because we saw the movie, didn't we? Yeah. So we are sharing our table with peacocks and peacock impersonators. Interesting in there. It's all the typical scenes from the Games of Thrones, you know, it's Islamic, all Islamic tiling with fantastic intricate sort of arches and halls and things
You
like
can't
that.
remember what scene it was, can you, in the garden?
I can't remember, God,
No, it
there's
was-
so many in that
It
Game
was
of Thrones.
two twin sisters, and they had like Turk swords, and they were trying to kill that, I forget what his name was, and that.
The little guy, the dwarf.
No, not dwarf. They're trying to kill the main character. It's meant to be the king, the Games of Thrones.
Jon Snow or something,
And,
isn't it? Something like Jon Snow, he's a newscaster, isn't it?
I think it was Jon Snow.
Something Snow.
Yeah, and then they ended up killing others there that were fighting, and they actually killed the genuine king and poisoned him and that, because they were given, and they went to take the twins, they went to take the woman.
Yeah, well, it's all the scenes going around. They're showing everybody the photographs of the Game of Thrones
Yeah, I
and
remember
then
it.
comparing it to the set. Of course, that takes precedent over the real history of it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of fascinating places there. I don't know most of what it was because those ear things didn't work.
Yeah.
So, but it's yeah, it's pretty nice. It's worth a good look around. It's yeah, beautiful. I mean, it's not that hard access actually, but
Yeah.
it's
I
fine.
expect they would have shot the Games of Thrones if they come in my back garden and saw
Possibly,
that.
I think they're considering it for the next series, aren't they?
I think James
Yeah.
Bond's got his eye on
Yeah.
that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard.
Right, ready for the trip?
Yep.
Off we go. That one we just passed, that's where the mad nun is supposed to launch. That one over there.
I don't like to say anything, but she's sitting next to you.
I don't know if that boat had anything to do with the Game of Thrones, because they did do a lot of Game of Thrones here, didn't they?
Well, we're going to that garden tomorrow, aren't we?
Nice, Jane. A little waterside property we could buy, perhaps. Shipping container one. So basically what we're seeing mainly there is the exhibition areas from 1992 exhibition, isn't it? Big Island and hopefully it's a bit of a mess, isn't it, really?
Does that say Rivita at the top?
That was something to do with Magic Island.
Rivita.
I think they must have got it right. Yeah, that's definitely Dismal Land, James. Definitely Dismal Land.
Provincia de Cádiz. El río tiene 650 kilómetros de largo, siendo navegable durante 100 kilómetros desde Sevilla a su
Thought it was an axe
desembocadura. La
murderer.
profundidad media
Oh,
del
no.
canal es de 8 metros.
1992's Vision of the Future. Right, isn't it? Cuban. There's just lots of Almost, it looks like almost another world that's been left behind, like Dismal Land, you know?
Yeah, Dismal Land, that's more like it.
So,
Lego Dismal
nothing
Land.
left of it, is there?
Come on, man.
There's all sort of graffitied and things.
Banksy's
Banksy
beanie.
would have loved it. Any good? What's it all about then?
It's about it started in 1171, Seville, and also about the gold and everything, and galleons.
This would be about the gold, wouldn't it? It's all the conquistadors, isn't it? God, it stinks of horses around here, doesn't it? It looks beautiful, but it stinks of horses.
Yeah, but they're so clean here. They spray all the streets down, don't
Yeah,
they?
I saw them doing that, yeah.
They have like a dustbin container with sterilising all the streets
Yeah.
and disinfecting.
Hasn't worked properly yet, though. There goes another one over there.
I feel sorry for the horses in this heat.
Yeah, they are pretty horses, though. That's amazing. The number of them here is just incredible. Great queues of them.
I feel sorry for them in this heat, don't you?
Yeah, they look like they're suffering.
You do
Reminds me
feel
of those ones we saw in Malta. Do you remember up by
Yeah.
the war memorial there?
Or by the Valletta.
Yeah, in Valletta. They look like they were really suffering. These look quite well. I noticed some of the police horses too do that, like you dressage, because their knees go up and down high.
That's good. Let's dressage round this way. then,
Okie
shall
dokie.
we?
We're going to have a look over there.
Wonderful how it's still here, really, all that time.
Yeah, well, this is the Islamic bit, and inside what we're seeing there is massive garden. Look at the queue there. It's right round the block. And that's the entrance over there. We've got tickets so we can see that.
And that's why I wish people could just think about it's so much easier.
Now we're people watching.
Yep, just people watching in the square. That's one of the nicest things you can do in when you're abroad. Nice little square. So what was that lot there?
Spanish, I'm only doing orange juice by the way, Spanish Morris dancers, either that or it's Spanish Irish Morris dancers.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to go
I saw a Chinese duck trainer the other day too.
Where are we, Craig? Can you read what it
Well, I don't
says?
know, it's a little tiny square, but it's just across there. There's the old tower that used to be the
Yeah, but
mosque.
read what's on the wall.
And then the other side's the cathedral, and behind us over there is the
Joaquin
garden.
Roman told Lombard.
Don't they say J.S. Joaquin, Romero, I don't know.
Craigos, Rezos, Mesos, Desos, Dago.
Nice though. All the orange groves there. Love the orange trees through. Nice, isn't it? Lots of nice people walking around.
No wonder you haven't had lot of
Including
women
us.
in your life.
Who says?
You must have felt you opened Pandora's box, don't you think? When you met me, you must have landed on your feet. It's lovely though, isn't
It's nice, isn't it? It's just like this, sitting around is the nice bit about this. Having a coffee, just not doing anything. Not doing readings. I am not available for private readings, nor is Jane.
I am when I get back. Limassol. It looked really nice inside, my type of hotel. To stay for a week, it was £6,000. I repeat, £6,000. Maybe I can go in for a cup of coffee later.
And I just overheard a guy talking about it, and apparently this is where Obama stayed. So nice, cheap, good to have cheap tastes, practical. This bit.
It's lovely.
This is the cultured bit, isn't it?
Yeah,
really.
it's
I mean,
really nice.
I'm not quite sure where we are here.
A bit sad seeing
got
those cats.
Yeah, we saw a load of stray cats. We're going to get over there now. We're heading towards the forgotten the name of what we're heading to. The Spania, the Plaza de España. You like?
I do, but it's a non-shopping area. Olé!
Well, I looked it up. It's the Plaza de España, okay, and apparently it's built in 1928, and it's a mix of different Spanish styles. It's built for an exhibition type thing, said there. So it's also got Moorish styles as well as traditional Spanish styles and all sorts. So that's it. But it don't seem to do anything, does it? It just seems to be a sort of
statement piece.
It is a statement piece. It's a facade, really.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in there at the moment, whether that's government buildings behind, but there's no shops, no restaurants, lots of guitarists.
It's for sex work.
Yeah, could be. Maybe that's what it is. You like it? If you listen really carefully, they're singing Squash Banana, Squash Banana. That's it.
Yep.
All done. You enjoy it?
I enjoyed Seville very much, and the people are lovely, really lovely people.
Yeah, it was a fantastic place. I'd definitely come to
again.
Seville again.
Beautiful
Nice place.
people.
One of the, I
The
think it's-
culture's nice.
Did you prefer it to Barcelona?
I like Barcelona as well,
Yeah.
Seville, I like Spain. This is nice.
Good place, yeah. Well, that was great. Thanks for following us in the channel again, and hope you enjoyed our little adventures there. And don't forget to follow the channel. Click the little bell thing at the bottom of the screen, and you'll be able to get updates every week with all our other videos. Lots of things coming on this channel all the time.
Didn't see the nun though, did we, Craig?
No, what
Wonder
happened
where
to that
she
nun?
is. Funny,